thank you very much, Roy, but keep it under your hat, huh? Hello, Frank.
Hello, Nick.
How you doing?
Well, I can move my left side pretty well, but I'm having a little trouble with my right.
Yeah, I used to own a piece of a light heavyweight. Had the same problem.
Yeah, well, I'm doing the exercises, but it's a little slow.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, you mind?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, you've had more than your share of your trouble, huh? I was just lying in my bed thinking about you. The slip disc. I mean, that's nothing compared to what you have to deal with. And now I hear you got a whole new set of troubles.
Like what, Nick?
Well, I saw Finelli's column about aspiring young political candidate who won't answer questions the way Finelli wants him to. Must have been pretty embarrassing.
I think I'll live.
You know, when I read about the missing $6,500, I realized that you probably had more on your mind than friendship when you came to me the morning of the accident, and you asked me to cut off Roger Coleridge's credit.
Well, I don't like to see anyone I know getting in too deep.
Well, sure. I mean, since you were the guy that bailed him out, it's only natural that you wouldn't want him to run up another tab.
You could put it that way, yeah.
Only, you see, there's one thing that's bugging me, Frank. I mean, it doesn't quite fit in.
Yeah, and what's that, Nick?
Why are you lending Roger Coleridge money to pay his gambling debts? Now, don't tell me it's friendship, because I won't believe you.
I've known Roger since we were kids.
Ah, Frankie, come off it. Now, you're a guy that worked his butt off ever since he got out of school. You scrimped and saved every penny. I mean, lending $6,500 to your mother wouldn't make any sense. Unless she had something on you.
Get out of here, would you, Nick?
Frank, why are you anteing up for Roger? I'll accept any reason except friendship.
Leave me alone, Nick.
Well. It's very interesting. He does have something on you then. That's what I figured. You hang in there, Frankie. I hope we'll have another chat real soon. Huh? Home, Roy?
Abusive father is murdered, but was it the son with the motive?
I'm standing up to you.
Or the man who wants justice?
My dad was like you. He's dead now, and you will be too.
Then she's having his baby.
Please don't tell him. Don't you think John deserves to know?
Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
15 Seconds with Jason Cook.
What is my favorite food? Eggplant Parmesan. Without a doubt, hands down. When I was in elementary school, instead of going to school with peanut butter and jelly, I would get an eggplant Parmesan sandwich. It was like my favorite food, so.
Catch Jason Cook on General Hospital weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
Erase doubt. Erase all those little voices in your head that say, look at that wrinkle.
Introducing the Eraser Foundation from Maybelline. Our patented applicator and formula with collagen goes beyond covering, micro-corrects, micro-erases, fine lines, age spots.
Erase them.
For flawless perfection, the Eraser Foundation, only from Maybelline, New York. And now, from the #1 anti-aging makeup brand, a revolutionary pressed powder, meet the Protector, our first powder with SPF 25 to protect and set.
I'm ready.
Attention parents and grandparents of young children. Have you received this special notice from Gerber Life? If not, you're urged to call this toll-free number now because Gerber Life is accepting applications for their affordable grow-up plan. It's easy to help your child get off to a good financial start for just pennies a day. Free information will be sent to parents and grandparents who call now. Or you can apply right now over the phone if you'd like. The Grow Up Plan gives your child $10,000 in whole life insurance protection now, then doubles automatically to $20,000 later at no extra cost. Later on, your child can buy more, up to $100,000 in total protection, regardless of their health or job, 10 times the original amount. The Grow Up Plan also builds cash value over time that you can borrow from later. Help give your child a head start for just pennies a day. Don't wait. Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-273-3163. Help give your child the financial head start they deserve. Call now for your free information.
There's a place called Hidden Valley where kids not only eat their vegetables, they can't get enough. Hidden Valley Ranch makes vegetables delectable. There's more from Hidden Valley than just ranch flavor. There's Farmhouse Originals with flavors like garden tomato, creamy Parmesan, and hickory bacon. Farmhouse Originals give this valley a whole new flavor.
Hey, sorry I stood you guys up this morning, but I got called down to the ER to look at a suspected meningitis.
And was it?
No, but I thought it was for a while. Fluid was turbid, so I hung around till the smear came back, but it came out negative. So how'd everything go without me?
Oh, well, the patients rioted, the nurses went on strike, and Dr. Carter messed up again.
Hey, what's going on?
I shouldn't have listened to you.
About what?
Putting pressure on Faith.
Oh.
Yeah. After we got off duty last night, I went by her quarters. I just had to get some sense of whether we were ever going to amount to anything together.
Didn't go well?
When I got there, she'd just gotten out of the shower. Oh, Pat, she was so pretty. And I wound up building up a lot of pressure, I guess.
Bucky.
And everything was wrong. I told her I loved her. I told her I was going out of my mind and how hard it was being around her all the time and always wanting to reach out for her.
And then you reached for her?
No, well, yeah, psychologically speaking. By that time, she was almost crying. She was so upset. And the more I went on, the worse things got.
Yeah, sure.
So, we finally came to the decision that the thing to do was stop going around together.
Hey, Bucky, nothing's forever. You may straighten out.
Yeah, not this time. This was it, Pat. Let me tell you, if there's ever a miserable contest going on around here, you can sure enter me. Or Faith. I think she must be feeling pretty bad herself.
Anything I can help with? I got a lot of answers.
What do you mean, Clem?
In all the time that I lived with your family, I never saw you eat your cuticles except before an exam. Anything you want to know?
There's a lot I need to know. I just think this time I'm gonna have to find the answers all by myself.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude.
You weren't intruding, I know that. I just got myself into something that I shouldn't have. Now I try to get myself out of it again. It turns out to be a lot worse than I thought.
Something personal?
Yeah. It is that being hurt yourself is always much worse than hurting somebody else. I never thought about myself as somebody that went around doing things like that.
Excuse me, but this is a hospital, isn't it?
something I can do for you, Dr. Borlaug?
Yes, I was rather hoping that the man who was admitted yesterday with Paget's disease might have been started in therapy by now.
He has been.
Oh, really? I find that fascinating.
I don't understand what you mean.
Well, I'm sure it's only been misplaced, and of course I'm only the consulting radiologist and not the physician in charge.
You were not notified that treatment had already begun?
No. To the best of my knowledge, Mr. Hyman is still complaining that his head is on fire and that nothing is being done for him.
Everything's being done that can be done.
Well, I am very relieved to finally be told.
You really expect a lot, don't you? You want everything when you want it and where you want it. Well, in one case, you're not going to get it, and I'd really like to be able to tell you why.
So, how you doing today?
My left foot got a better, and my right foot got a good.
Any new sensations?
Yeah, I can feel that. My fingers are cooperating.
Hey, that's terrific. It is.
Pat?
Yeah, buddy?
Will you tell me?
You don't think they're being straight with you?
Everybody's hedging. I really want to know.
When you first came around, Roger said your chances for full recovery were 1 in 10. By that he means able to walk without any help. I think they're better now.
What does that mean?
Roger would probably give you 1 in 5.
What do you give me?
Frank, we really shouldn't be having this conversation. I'm not a neurologist, so my professional opinion doesn't count for much.
Come on, Pat.
Buddy.
What's the worst that can happen? I gotta have some frame of reference.
At this point, I think the worst would be impaired function of your arms and legs, a wheelchair, some use of your left hand, not much of your right.
I need help all the time.
Under those circumstances, yeah. Frank.
Wait a minute. I want to tell you what I need to be able to do, and then I want you to tell me straight if you think there's any possibility of it's happening. I need to be able to walk into Ryan's. I don't care if it's with a cane, or crutches, or a walker, or what, but I have to be able to walk through that door on my own.
Yeah.
I want to be able to serve on the city council without being dependent on Bob or Mary or anybody else to do any of the work for me. And if I'm not elected, I want to be able to practice law.
Yes.
I want to be able to pick up my son and hold him. And I want to be able to make love. So tell me.
If I didn't know you, if I was just a consulting physician on the case, I'd say all of that's asking too much. All of it's possible, not much of it probable. Okay?
Yes.
But I'm your brother, and I know you. When I was about 2 years old, I started believing that you could do anything. By the time I got to school, I'd amended that to believing that you could do anything you wanted to. I never doubted that. And I don't now. You remember that last chemistry exam I took at CCNY? I was in a cold panic. It looked like med school was on the line, and in a way it was.
I remember.
You gave me something to keep until I was Dr. Ryan. I gave it back to you the night they told me you had pneumonia. It's your St. Jude medal.
The old saint of the impossible, huh? I remember what you said when I gave it to you.
What was that?
Well, it's an appropriate gesture, anyhow.
You hang on to this. It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
They thought they'd concealed their love affair.
Daniel's not the only one who knows.
But when the truth comes out...
So you think that Philip cheated on Melanie?
I know he did.
Can Philip convince Daniel to keep his secret?
I made one mistake.
Watch Days of Our Lives, weeknights at 6 and 11 on SoapNet.
Why is Jerry Jacks after you?
This week, two sides of the law join forces to protect their loved ones.
Tell me where Jerry is, and this whole thing will be over.
And the Balkan's true identity is revealed.
This changes everything, right?
Watch General Hospital, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
A wipe is a wipe, unless it's also a scrub. Lysol Complete Clean Dual Action Wipes have two sides that go beyond ordinary wipes. You can feel the difference. One side for everyday touch-ups and one to scrub tough messes. All while killing 99.9% of germs. For tips on a healthy home, visit Lysol.com/missionforhealth.
My dad's always in a hurry. He's a superhero wanting to save the world. My sister, she's with the Secret Service. But my mom, she's a magician. She turns water into soda. She's a Wonder Mom, saving the planet from bottles.
SodaStream, a smarter way to enjoy soda.
Santa baby, I want a yacht and really that's not a lot. Been an angel all year, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry tonight.
I wish you'd tell me instead why we can't manage some communication between staff members of this hospital.
Perhaps because this is a city hospital with a case overload, a budget that's been cut back 3 times in the last 6 months, and a great deal more important things to do, and then listen to your opinion about everything.
Dr. Bolak, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Clem, don't try to smooth this over. It's really about time she heard some of these things.
Listen, now, because you're having a rough morning, there's no reason for you to take that out on Dr. Bolak.
It's not this particular morning. Thanks to you, it hasn't been a very good summer, has it? Ever since you arrived, you've done nothing but push, 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 demanding this, demanding that.
Okay, that's enough.
It's true. But on top of everything else, I think what I resent the most is you're allowing your own personal problems with your husband to cost my father the job that he's entitled to.
I didn't allow it, and I regret it very much.
You could have prevented it, and you didn't.
I don't see how.
You could have just resigned, gone to another hospital, taken your husband with you.
I don't believe you know this, but I did offer to resign. It was your father who insisted that I stay on here.
And you just couldn't resist my father's appeal, could you?
Aren't you being just a little presumptuous?
No, I don't think I am. I think it's about time you faced up to what's happened to my father because of you.
Has anyone seen the new OR schedule? I think I'm due in surgery about now.
Yeah, I'll check right now.
Faith, you know where it is?
No, I don't.
Oh, Dr. Bolak, perhaps you have one in your office.
I'm not sure, but I'll certainly look. Thank you, Doctor.
Not at all.
Daddy, you didn't have to do that. I don't have to be treated like a child all the time.
Faith, come here. Look, I know you're very disappointed because I didn't get the appointment.
That's right, I am very disappointed.
And I know you feel in some way that Nell is responsible for what's happened.
I certainly do.
Well, regardless of what's happened, regardless whether she is or is not responsible, I want you to let her alone.
No.
I mean it.
Daddy, you may not want to make a fuss about you not being chief of neurology, but that doesn't mean I don't want to, and I intend to every chance I get.
Faith, you leave Nell alone. She's a very sick lady, and I'm worried about her. I don't want you upsetting her.
What's wrong with her?
Well, never mind. You're not to get into that with her again. Now, is that clear?
Yes.
Dr. Coleridge, here's your new OR schedule. You are in surgery in 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Clem.
I'll see you later.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Faith, whatever it is, it isn't worth crying about.
If I do cry, you won't be mad at me, will you?
No.
I don't think I could take anybody else being mad at me today.
If you absolutely have to, you can bawl your head off and I won't say a word.
I feel like I could cry for a couple weeks. I made such a mess of everything. Such a mess of everything.
Next, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless. Later, see who's stirring up trouble in Pine Valley on All My Children, only on SoapNet. People are talking about General Hospital's Lucky and Siobhan. D. Hunter Roscoe posted on Facebook, "Finally a love for Lucky. He and Siobhan are great together." Charlotte May adds, "This is great. I hope it works out for these two." Laura Bruno says, "Men are always sexier when they're happy and in love." And Lori McPherson Draper sums it all up. "They are just the cutest couple. Way to go, GH. I love this storyline." People are talking about General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
All right, everyone, we're live in 60.
The dreaded first sneeze. That crucial moment when you're left with a choice. Shorten your cold or suffer through it. At the first sign, get rid of your cold faster with Zicam.
Can we turn the AC up? I'm dying back here.
Jeff, eat a Snickers, please.
Why?
Every time you get hungry, you turn into a diva.
A diva?
Yes, a diva.
Okay.
Thank you.
Better?
You're not you when you're hungry.
Better.
Snickers satisfies.
One a day VitaCraves, a complete adult multivitamin in a gummy to support energy, immunity, and your inner child. One a day VitaCraves, multivitamin gummies for grown-ups.
Express yourself.
The newest seasonal flavors are here.
Express yourself.
Because coffee is like the holidays. It's better when you add your flavor. Coffee Mate from Nestle. Who's coming and who's going? SoapNet has the status update on your favorite stars. You know her as General Hospital's Emily and Rebecca, but now Natalia Livingston is moving to Salem on Days of Our Lives.
How can I stay away?
On One Life to Live, Brandon Buddy is saying so long.
This is the right thing to do.
While Terry Colombino is Landview's newest resident.
That is amazing.
Daniel Cosgrove returns to All My Children as Scott Chandler.
Come here often?
And General Hospital fans can now catch Tristan Rogers on The Young and the Restless.
That's a bonus.
Keep up with the latest status updates on SoapNet.
Dr. Tom?
It's time, Erica. Choose a door. This is the next phase of your journey as a patient.
We're all patients of his. He didn't tell you?
I wanted to think that I was the only one.
This is my past, my regret.
Do not dwell in the past.
Leo! I just want to know why it all fell apart.
Do not dream of the future.
9 years from now, something awful is going to happen here.
Am I dead?
Concentrate the mind on the present moment.
Oh my God. What if I made a mistake? I told you that I was ready, and I'm sorry, but I'm not.
An original primetime drama.
You get one life, and it's not about how long or short it is.
It's what you do with it.
Being Erica. New season premiere Wednesday, January 26th at 11 on SoapNet.
I kind of expected to see you in your sweatshirt, Father.
Well, it always unnerves Ed Coleridge. I had a bunch of kids in the park Saturday. We met him on the drive coming home. I had on the sweatshirt. And I also had a great big hole torn out of the knee in my pants. It was all he could do to meet my eye.
Thanks for coming over.
Your mother said you wanted to see me. I would have been here last night, but I was on duty and no one to cover.
I got your message. Things are pretty complicated, Father.
So I gather. Is this a confession, Frank?
I can't ask for absolution, Father.
Well, why don't you let me worry about that? You may be able to speak more freely if you know I'm bound not to repeat it.
You're about the one person I'd trust not to repeat it anyway.
Thank you.
I don't know what Delia's told you.
Well, it doesn't matter. What do you want to tell me?
I feel I've grown a lot in the last few years, Father, and that Delia hasn't. She says that I knew who she was when I married her and that I married her because of it, not in spite of it, and that's true. She says that it was unfair of me to change signals on her in the middle of the marriage, and that's true, too. But I've changed. And in spite of everything, I think it's for the better.
Why do you say that?
I married Delia for the most selfish reasons in the world. She made me feel good. And as things went on, she knew what kind of a marriage I wanted. She knew what my plans were. She liked the idea of being a lawyer's wife. She liked the idea of me being in politics. She wanted the money. She loved the attention she was getting in the neighborhood. But she somehow expected me to manage it all without taking any time away from her. Dee doesn't like to wait for anything, Father. She wants it all now. She was mad because she didn't feel that she was sharing any part of my life away from home. She became more and more possessive, more and more demanding. There were tears all the time. At first, I felt sorry for her. And then I got mad. And then I just stopped caring.
And then there was Jill.
Jill didn't ask anything of me. She was responsible for herself. She was brilliant and argumentative and aloof, gracious, but closed off somewhere. And she was so beautiful. I wanted to know her more than I've ever wanted to know anyone. We became friends. We understood each other without having to say anything. Except we talked all the time. And we became lovers. I kept waiting for guilt to set in. It didn't. It hasn't. And that's why I can't ask you for absolution. I can't say I'm sorry. I can't say I want to give her up. I don't. I'd marry her tomorrow if I could.
And your marriage to Delia?
Yes, well, my marriage to Delia.
Excuse me.
Oh, Father, this is Dr. Moultrie. Father McShane.
Father McShane?
Dr. Moultrie.
Excuse the interruption, but Miss Wolfe has some unexpected time in the therapy room, and she wants to put you on the tilt table.
Oh, that sounds pretty ominous.
That's great for the circulation, Councilman.
Well, is there any possibility we could wait about 5 minutes?
In 5 minutes, it'll be grabbed up.
Frank, I'll come back. I want to think about what you told me from your point of view, anyway.
Thank you, Father.
What's this?
Oh, that's St. Jude. I figure I need all the help I can get.
Well, I happen to believe that nothing's impossible. See you soon.
Right. Thanks a lot.
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.